Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me much pleasure to be here. As you know that last week in Parliament, government moved a motion to guarantee a further $202 million for FSC to go out into the market and borrow money to the tune of $202 million to revitalize, if you like, as the CEO said, the sugarcane industry. That revitalization will take in the form of major upgrades to the 3 major mills in Fiji. It will also include upgrades to the railway system. It will also include mechanization support to farmers. We are very confident with the new CEO, the COO and their team, the new chairman of FSC board, Mr. Vishnu Mohan, who is not here, who is overseas, and the rest of the board, including Tui Madhuatas on the board, with their direction, with what they have got planned for FSC. We believe we have a very good team. We have a lot of confidence in them. And we believe in the next 3 years, during the period in which this $202 million will be spent, will provide a major impetus to farmers. In particular also, of course, overall the sugarcane industry. What we are very attracted about, or attracted to, in respect of the strategic plan that the new FSC board and the team has put together, is how they actually see the farmers. They actually see the farmers as major partners. They see them as major stakeholders. And the whole strategy is about including them in the entire plan to increase production levels. I think it is very critical to understand that, because you see, we cannot treat farmers as people out there who need to be left on their own and they simply supply cane. They're very much part and parcel, and I believe everybody that's involved in the industry needs to understand that. The people who work at the mill need to understand that without the farmers, they actually don't have a job. If the farmers don't supply cane, you actually don't have a job. So it is very critical. They are in fact your customers. They are your clients. So they need to be treated with a particular level of respect, a particular level of service delivery that needs to be focused on encouraging them to actually continue to supply to the mill. Similarly, of course, the farmers need to understand that if the mill workers aren't there, then of course the mill cannot run too. So it's what you call a symbiotic relationship. It's a relationship that works both ways. In the same way, government and FSC needs to understand if all of these two groups aren't present, we cannot actually have a sugarcane industry. Similarly, those people who may be leasing land or maybe renewal of leases are concerned, they need to also understand that if, for example, leases are not renewed and for the purpose of that land simply to lie idle, then it actually diminishes economic productivity. If the land lease is not renewed and the land lies idle, then we do not have cane production, then people's incomes are reduced, then the entire economy of that particular area goes into depression, and then the level of spending in Vanuatu decreases also. So it's a multiplier effect, both ways. If we don't look after each other, if we don't understand how everybody fits into the equation, then we will actually suffer. But if everybody understands and everybody actually supports each other, then the economy will do a lot better. There's enormous potential in Vanuatu, enormous potential. Government, as you know, has announced in the budget last year, and also will be making further announcements in respect of that. We have just spent about $9 million to get the submarine cable landing in Sabu. Now, what will that do? That will essentially mean that the speed of internet connection, that the speed and the dropout rate will diminish, but the speed of internet connection in Vanuatu will probably increase to up to about 100% more than what you actually have at the moment. So what does that mean? It means that you'll be able to access the internet. The farmers will be able to get messages from FSC once they start doing that. If the FSC wants to send out messages to farmers on their mobile phone, they'll be able to get that information very quickly. People who are fishermen may be able to call up and say, what's the price will I get in Labasa today if I sell my fish? These are the kind of opportunities that are being created by government. So our job is to actually provide the enabling environment for everybody. And your job in the respective areas, whether you are the worker at the mill, whether you're a farmer, whether you're the lorry driver, whether you're the shopkeeper, whether you're the landowner, or everybody needs to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that government is trying to create. So with this support that we are giving FSC, the $202 million. We believe with the right team that is now in place, we'll be able to improve the conditions. And as Graham's highlighted, yesterday's meeting, we had a number of issues that were raised. And we like that opportunity, we like those meetings, because people are able to then identify what are the problems in their localities. If they're able to say, in my locality, XYZ is not happening, or the bridge that was actually fixed up is not, is not working properly, we will immediately attend to that. We need to be able to attend to that. In that way, then we'll quickly solve problems. So we need to be solution-driven. We need to be solution-driven. Sometimes in Fiji, we tend to be what they call in Australia, we have a sort of whinging attitude, always complaining, but not trying to look for solutions. In the same way, I have to say this too. There are a lot of people, of course, who try and politicize the sugarcane industry. If a bridge has not been repaired well, it's not a political issue. It's an infrastructure issue. It's probably the contractor has not done the right job. Let's not try and politicize it. If, for example, certain leases are being not renewed or have not been renewed or will not be renewed, it's not a political issue. It's an issue that needs to be dealt with between the various parties that need to resolve the problem. So I urge everybody that now that we have a good team in place, now that government has actually given the right amount of money that needs to be invested in the sugarcane industry, let's all work together and be solution-driven. There are problems, yes, we accept that. There are problems, there are issues, but we need to address that with a very positive attitude. Because if we are positive, if we are not negative, but if we are positive, positivity creates positivity. If you always have negative energy, you'll always create negative energy. It's a very simple philosophy. And everybody will tell you that if you have a positive attitude, you'll be able to find the solutions. So I look forward to, of course, we have the tipping of the cane today. We look forward to a good crushing season. We've had numerous, issues told to us. They said, when up till 2014, the mill never had a breakdown. But after 2014, there used to be numerous breakdowns. I hope the mill workers need to see themselves as people who are actually facilitators. They need to ensure the mill does not break down. They need to ensure that if there's going to be a pending breakdown, you bring it to the attention of your supervisors. Because if all of you work together and all of you ensure that the mill will function, you're not going to have long queues outside here. Those farmers won't be sitting there, those lorry drivers won't be sitting there for hours. We need to have a sense of compassion for them, a sense of empathy. We need to identify. We need to know that these people are sitting in the long queues for 12 hours, 14 hours. There's no toilets. There's no places to eat. All of these things are very critical. If everybody knows that they're being treated with a sense of dignity, with a sense of respect, then people will be able to contribute a lot better. So everybody has a place. My point is that everybody is very, very important. Even the person who's a lorry driver, even the person in the mill who may be checking off, everybody is very critical. So if we're all solution-driven, we work together, I'm sure we'll be able to, again, lift up the level of production in Vanuatu, not just for this year, but also in the years to come. And with government support, you'll be able to do a lot better and improve the livelihoods of all Fijians. So, Vinakavakalevu, and I wish the mill and all the people at the mill all the best, including all the farmers who will be contributing. And we wish you a wonderful crushing season, a wonderful harvesting season, and we look forward to working together with all of you. Vinakavakalevu, thank you.
Leading to yesterday, and yesterday was what we call a live trial, where we actually get about 7. Thank you very much, MC. And